Feed the cats. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I forgot to feed the cats before class, so they may get a little bit rambunctious. Good morning, Mary. Okay, you gotta put those on your ears. Well, welcome. We're just gonna wait for everybody to join in, and we will get started with class. Hope you're having a good day, Mary. It's just you and I right now. And there's somebody else. So it's Thursday, May 28th. Trying to keep track. Tomorrow we do not have any live Facebook classes, but you're welcome to go back into our video library and choose one to do if you want to do something tomorrow. Good morning, Jillian. But although we're closed tomorrow, we are doing live classes on Saturday, and I'll be back here for Insanity. So if you want to do strength tomorrow, there are at least 10 sessions of strength out there, I believe, to review and go back to one. What I should have done when I marked them as what they are, I should have said that's one to repeat, or maybe never do that again, or so it could have put little commentary. Good morning, Dara. So if you're just joining, I forgot to feed the cats before class. It's sort of the rule of thumb to feed the cats prior to class. Because they tend to get a little rambunctious when they see me and I am not feeding them. But since I forgot, they're going to have to wait. Dave may have to feed them. I see, they just got word that he may feed them. So, the fun of home group fitness. Okay, so we're going to get started. And anyone who joins in, just join in, and take your time. And we will have fun. Okay, so we're going to actually start on the right side of the mat. I'm feeling a little giddy right now. So all we're going to do is just start with breathing, reaching all the way up. Get a good stretch. Bend your knees and exhale and all the way forward into fold. Breathe in and exhale. So I think of this as a little more of an energetic wake up yoga fusion versus maybe a traditional yoga class, just to kind of get you moving. Inhale and exhale. Take your right foot back, take your left foot back and press into down dog. And then I'm going to have you bring yourself forward into plank, and you're going to open up to side plank. We're going to do the same thing to the other side, back to plank, open up to side plank. Come back to plank, and you're going to lower yourself down to the floor and press up into a baby cobra. If you go up any higher, it's going to be more of an up dog. Curl your toes. You're back to down dog. Take your right leg forward. You can drop your knee if you would like and sweep your arms up to your ceiling. And then hands down, step in and you're back to fold. Breathe in, reach all the way up. A little more simplistic sun salute. Fold forward. You're going to step your left leg back, then your right leg back. Press to down dog. And bring yourself forward into plank. Nice and strong here. Open up to side plank. Come back to plank, open up to side plank. Come back to plank. You're going to slowly lower your body down towards the ground. Press the floor away. Lift, curl your toes. You're back to down dog. Now step your left foot forward. Stay in your lunge. Option to drop your knee. Sweep your arms to your ceiling. And hands to floor. Step in. You're back to fold. Let's breathe in. Inhale. You're going to go in for a couple of forward folds here. All the way down. Keep the knees soft. Breathe in. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Reach all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. We're going to do it 2 more times on each, or 1 more time on each side. Take your right leg back. Take your left leg back. Press to down dog. Feel your heels trying to press to the mat. Bring yourself forward into plank, and let's open up into side plank. And back to plank. Open up to side plank. Back to plank. Let's lower yourself down to your floor. Up dog or baby cobra. Curl your toes. And you're back to down dog. Take your right leg forward. Take a breath. Arms sweep up to ceiling. Hands back to the floor. Step in. You're back to fold. 1 more time. Breathe all the way in. Exhale all the way forward. Take your left foot back. Take your right foot back. Press to down dog. Heels press towards the ground. And then bring yourself forward into plank. Side plank to the front. Side plank to the rear. Back to plank. Lower yourself down. Press the ground away. Curl your toes. You're back to down dog. Step your left foot forward. Then sweep your arms to ceiling for lunge. Hands back to floor. And you're back to fold. Take a deep breath. Reach all the way up. Let's go into those folds a few more times. All the way forward. Knees stay soft. Breathe in. Reach all the way up. Exhale. All the way down. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Hands to floor. Jump or step back. Doesn't matter which foot you step back first. Find your down dog. Let's take our right leg, lift all the way up to ceiling. Press your heel down. I want you to bend your right knee and open your hip. And you're going to swing your right leg forward on the outside of your right hand. So it's a little wider. Step lunge. And then you're going to take your right leg, reach all the way back up to your ceiling, and then return your right leg to the floor. Take your left leg all the way up. Bend your knee. Open your hip. And then take your left foot on the outside of your left hand, nice and wide in your lunge. And then take your left leg, sweep it all the way up to your ceiling. And back to down dog. Press the heels up nice and high and press your heels down to the ground. Let's do that a few more times. Lift your heels all the way up. Press your heels down 1 more time. Press your heels all the way up high and press them down. Take your right leg all the way up to your ceiling. Now we're going to take our right leg, bring it all the way through right between our hands, and you're going to drop your left heel down and bring yourself into warrior 1. I want you to think about squaring your hips, arms sweep up to your ceiling, and then take your arms behind your back and come on the inside of your right leg. Take it back up, warrior 1. And arms come behind your back and fold on the inside. Let's roll up, arms sweep back up to your ceiling. And arms come back and fold all the way in. And this time I want you to release your hands. And then I want you to roll up, and we're going to open up to warrior 2. Arms out to the side, staying nice and strong. And bring your hands. Now we're all facing forward. We're right in line with our hips. Arms clasp behind your hands clasp, and you're going to fold forward. And then lift up and reach your arms out. Let's do that a couple more times. Arms behind, nice and strong, abs braced, hinge forward. Brace and lift. Arms reach out wide, maybe sink into your warrior two. A little deeper, take your arms behind your back, flat back, hinge forward. Keep your body strong, lift up, back to warrior two. Now step wide, hands to heart center. Feet turn out slightly, but track with the knees. Then I want you to take your hands right to the inside of your legs, and we're going to turn towards the right side of the room. You're going to keep your left arm straight as you bend your right arm and twist your body. Come back to center, and let's do the same thing to the other side. Right arm is straight, left arm bends, and you should be looking behind you as you drop your right shoulder down. Let's come back to center, staying nice and wide. Let's go back to the right side. Feeling as though you're trying to press into your legs to get a little more additional stretch. Back to center and twist to your left. Come back to center, hands to heart center. Now squat and hold. Let's bring our hands down into a wide fold. You can release the tension in your legs, and let's walk over to the left side of your mat, and let's step back right into down dog. Take a breath, and this time take your left leg all the way up nice and high. Sweep it right through between your hands. We're going to do the same thing over on this side. Drop your right foot down on a diagonal. Take your arms up. You're in warrior one. And now the variation of warrior one. Clasp your hands behind. Come on the inside of your left leg. Then sweep your arms up and face the left side of our room. And arms behind and come on the inside. Take another breath. Arms reach up nice and high. Arms clasp, hands clasp. Come down on the inside of your left leg. Release your hands. And then we're going to walk ourselves up, bring ourselves up to warrior two. Arms nice and wide. Our body is squared, shoulders over hips, abs braced. Clasp your hands behind and hinge forward. You should immediately feel work in your hamstrings. Take yourself up, arms wide. And then let your hands clasp and hinge forward. Let's do it one more time. Take your arms out wide. Hands clasp and hinge forward. Take it back to a wide squat. Hands to heart center. Press the hands into each other as you sit down a little bit stronger. Take your hands to the inside of your legs, and we're going to twist towards the left side. And come back to center. Twist towards the right side. And exhale your way in, because this gives you a good stretch. Back to center. Twist towards your left side. Back to center. Left side. Back to center. And we're going to release into a fold. And then walk your hands towards the right side of your mat. We're back to where we began. Step into down dog. We're going to come forward into plank. Open up to side plank. Review what we started with. Back to plank. Open up to side plank. Back to plank. Let's lower the knees if you need. Otherwise, keep them lifted and lower your body. Giving our upper body a little bit of a workout. Press the floor away. Up dog. Curl your toes. You're back to down dog. Step your right leg forward. Find lunge. Sweep your arms up to your ceiling. Hands down. Step in. You're back to fold. Inhale. Roll all the way up. And we're going to repeat. Exhale and fold. Step your left leg back, then your right side. Press to down dog. Take yourself to plank. Open up to side plank. Back to plank. Open up to side plank on the other side. Back to plank. Brace your core. Load your upper body and descend towards the floor. Press the ground away. Up dog or baby cobra. Hug your elbows into your ribs. Curl your toes. You're back to down dog. Step your left foot forward. Now, brace, load, and lift your arms. Hands come back to the floor. Step in, find fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. Palms together. Let's go into a little bit of a back bend. And then we're going to sit into chair. So just bring your hands down. Feet, spread your toes. And keep the weight in your heels. And try to squeeze the legs towards each other. They don't necessarily need to touch but really close together. We're going to twist towards the device or towards me, and then back to center and twist towards the other side. Try to keep your heart higher than your hips as we go through the sequence. Twist and back to center. Twist and back to center. Twist back to center. One more time, and I'm going to add a lunge here. Twist back to center. Now you're going to twist, and then you're going to step your right. If you're twisting towards your left side, you're going to step your right leg back. And we're going to step back, and you might feel like you lose balance, just like I did. Bring it back to center. Reach your arms up. Hands back in. We're going to twist and step the other leg back. So you always step the opposite leg from the direction you're twisting to. Come back in. Reach up. Hands back to center. Twist and extend your leg back for lunge. And again, you might feel like you're wobbly. That is perfectly okay. Step in. Reach high. Hands to heart. Twist. Step your leg back. Back to the chair. Reach your arms up. And we're going to do it one more time to each side. Hands to heart center. Twist your chair. Step your leg back. Step your leg in. Reach your arms up. Hands to heart. Twist to the other side. Step the leg back. Step the leg in. And reach your arms up. Let's come out of chair. Let's come into a back bend. Nice job. And we're going to release into a fold. And let's step back into down dog. And now lift your heels up nice and high. Press your heels down to the floor. Let's do that a few more times. Up and exhale, press. Get a good stretch in your calves. Lift up nice and high and press your heels down. 2 more times. Lift and exhale, lower. 1 more time. Lift and release. Take your right leg, lift all the way to your ceiling, and take your right leg all the way forward. And we're going to drop your left heel down, windmill up to warrior 2. So we're back in warrior two. I want you to reach all the way across as far as you can and hold it. Then bring your elbow down, but keep the work as if you're not resting on your arm yet. Just bring the arm in and reach the left arm, but do not put pressure on your right arm at this point. Keeping the load in your lower body. Now, before you put any pressure on the arm, decide if you can go down and put pressure or if you could stay up here. Make the decision and then go for it. Put pressure on the arm a little bit and allow yourself to sink in just a little bit stronger. Now, this is where I need your core to work. I need you to windmill all the way over, staying loaded in your right leg and windmill. And let's do it again. Arms back to warrior two. Reach all the way over. Bend your arm, but don't rest. Just let it hover. Left arm over. And then decide, do I rest on the arm here or do I rest on it down on the ground? Here you go. Rest on it. Then windmill all the way back. One more time. Arms right here. Reach all the way across. Bend your arm in. Don't rest. Left arm over. Decide where you're going to rest. You stay here, then make the decision and execute it. And then windmill all the way back to Sun Warrior. Take a deep breath. We're going to come into a half moon. Push off your left leg and find floating half moon. Nice and strong. You can use support by placing your hand. If you need to bring the toes down, bring the toes down. Maybe you go back in just a little bit longer. And then I'm going to have you bring your left foot back down to the ground. Windmill back to Sun Warrior. And then come back to center. Our feet are wide. And we're going to sit low, either going back to our sumo squat, or you can bring yourself lower and come into Hindi squat just for a moment. So I kind of walk it out a little bit, just trying to release my inner thighs, little glutes. So whether you're in the higher sumo squat lunge or squat, or down here in Hindi squat, choosing that place that's right for you to hold for a moment before we go to the other side. So if you're in Hindi, you have the added ability to press leverage into your legs. Palms can press into each other. Try to intensify. And then I want you to release the hands, and we get to come out of our legs, roll ourselves up, and we're going to come into warrior two to the other side. Hold your arms up nice and strong. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. Reach all the way across. Once you've reached your limit, bend your left arm in, but don't rest on it. Just let it hover the leg. Take your right arm, reach all the way over, feeling tremendous amount of load in your lower body. And then I want you to decide, do I put pressure on my hand on the floor or on my elbow and forearm on my leg? And once you've decided, go for it. And let your legs settle in a little bit deeper. And then from here, keeping the load in your lower body, windmill your left arm back for Sun Warrior. And let's come back to Warrior Two. We have 3 rounds here. Reach all the way across, as far as you can. Left arm bends in without resting on it. Right arm overhead, deciding where you go, to the floor or right here. Put pressure. Here we go. Load in. And then from there, keeping your strong place, windmill all the way back. Nice job. Come back to warrior two one more time. You got it. I know the leg is starting to get tired. Reach all the way across. Bend your arm in. Take the right arm, sweep it over. Do you rest here or do you go down to the floor? Once you've decided, execute it. Drop in a little bit stronger. And then windmill all the way back for sun warrior. Now we're going to go to our balance. So we get to push off our right leg. Float into floating half moon. I want you to hold it. Remember, you have support by placing your hand on your upper leg. Or if you feel ready and you want to release the hand, just a little bit longer, using the struggle. And then you can use your hand for support. Bring your right foot down. Come into the sumo squat. You can stay here or drop in to Hindi squat. So feet are nice and wide, elbows on the inside of your legs, palms pressed to each other, and just hold for a moment. Okay, everyone. So we're going to come out and we're going to turn towards the right side of our mat. But first, find your wide fold. And then you're going to walk your hands towards the right side of your mat and press into down dog. If you want to lift your heels once or twice and press strong into your down dog, maybe walk your feet in a little closer as we move through different poses and come back in. We tend to shift our down dog. Let's bring yourself to plank. Let's go through our sun salute. Open up to side plank. We know it well. Simple, right? Back to plank. Open up to side plank. Try to think about going through it smooth and strong. Let's lower yourself down all the way to your floor. Press the ground away. Up dog, elbows in. Curl your toes. You're back to down dog. Right foot steps forward. Stay in the high lunge, or always have the option to drop the back knee, lift up. Try to hold your lunge here a moment. And then return your hands down to the floor. Step your back leg in. You're back to your fold. Inhale, reach all the way up nice and high. Exhale, all the way back down. Take your left leg back this time. And take your right foot back to meet it. You're back to down dog. Maybe feeling like your down dog's getting stronger. Pressing your palms into the floor. You almost feel like you get a shoulder stretch. As you press your tail more towards your ceiling. Okay, let's flow through it. Back into plank. Right from here. Once your core is in a strong neutral place, open up to side plank. Back to plank. Open up to side plank, back to plank, lower your body, elbows in. Focus on the descend. Once you're to the ground, press the ground away. Try to relax your hips. Curl your toes. You're back to down dog. Left foot steps forward, setting your lunge, and sweep your arms to ceiling. Hold your lunge, load your lunge. Return your hands down. Step into fold. Inhale, roll yourself up. And we're going to come back into your fold and just come right back into our down dog. Jump or step back. Reset down dog. And here we go. Okay, let's take our right leg all the way up to your ceiling. And we're just going to bring our knee in, tracing right towards our nose. And then return the right leg all the way up. And then you're going to bring your right leg forward and find lunge. And then return the hands down to the floor. Push the right leg all the way back up and return it to down dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg all the way up. Knee to nose. Push all the way to three-legged dog. And then pull the knee in. Set your lunge. Set your foot flat on the floor. Sweep the arms up. Hands back to floor. We're never really holding that long. Take your left leg all the way up to three-legged dog and return it to the floor. Let's go back to the other side. Right leg up, knee to nose. Push up. We're going to get a little flow with this. Bring your right leg through. Sweep to lunge. Hands down. Right leg lifts. Back to down dog. Left. Reach. Knee to nose. Push your left leg up to your ceiling. Reach through. Lift to lunge. So we're just trying to give it with a little pace. Challenging our balance. Reach up. Back to down dog. Let's go back to the first side. Reach all the way up. Knee to nose. Push all the way up to ceiling. Pull it all the way in. Set your lunge. Sweep the arms. Hands down. Sweep back to three-legged dog. And return your right leg to the floor. Let's go one more time on your left side. Left leg up, three-legged dog. Pull the knee in, nice and strong. Push back to three-legged dog. Left foot forward. Set the foot flat on the floor. Sweep arms to ceiling for lunge. Nice high lunge here. Hands back to floor. Sweep your left leg all the way back up to three-legged dog. And return your left foot to the ground. Nice work. Stay strong. Hold your down dog. Maybe lift your heels. Exhale and press your heels down. And then lift really high and press your heels down again. One more time. Lift up nice and high and press your heels down. And you're going to shift your weight forward into plank. Nice. Hold. And I want you to open up to side plank. Back to plank. Open up to side plank to your other side. Back to plank. And then we're going to lower yourself down and press up. And then just curl the toes and you're back to plank. Back to side plank. We're just going to play with that short sequence. Back to plank. Open up to side plank on the other side. Back to plank. Lower yourself down. Slowly press the ground. Curl the toes. Back to plank. Open up to side plank. Back to plank. Open up to side plank. Taking your time. Keeping the movement strong as you move from one to the other. Lower yourself down to the ground. Up dog. Back to plank. One more time. Open up. Side plank. Back to plank. Open up nice and strong. Back to plank. Lower yourself down. Press the ground. And come back to plank. And then just lower yourself down to the ground and hold your hover. Just holding nice and strong. Feet could be a little wider than your hips. Knees can always come down if you need. I'm going to have you turn towards me, towards your device. Position your arm so it's horizontal to the body. I just want you to reach underneath and then unwind. Reach underneath. Try to reach without letting this side of your body rotate with your arm and open. Let's do it 3 more times. Reach and open. And reach and open one more time. And open. Nice work. Let's rotate to the other side. You can just drop down and rotate or kind of use a strong rotation to not drop the body down. Now let's lift our right arm up and then sweep it under your body. Let's do that 4 more times. Reach your arm underneath and open. Underneath and open. Underneath and open one more time. Reach as far as you can without pulling your body with you, and unwind slowly and strong, and bring yourself back to your hover. Reset your forearms, hold your hover. I'm going to have you drop your knees, come up onto your hands, find tabletop. Take your right arm, reach all the way forward. Take your left leg all the way back. I want you to brace really strong. Keep your hips level with the floor. Reaching your arm right by your ear. And keeping your hip and your leg in line without a descend if possible. Also, without lifting so high you start to arch the back. See that movement? I start to sink in my middle. In order to do that, you want to lift your leg high enough that that does not happen. Now, just 5 times. Pull your elbow and knee underneath your body and reach. Do it again. Pull your elbow and knee under and reach. 3 more times. Elbow and knee under your body and reach. And in and reach. 1 more time. Keeping your body still, not rushing. Let's release. Let's go to the other side. Left arm forward, right leg back. Find the right placement of your arm, right by your ear, and right leg behind your hip. If you're on the opposite side, it's just the same thing. Just keeping your leg right behind your hip, not higher, not lower if possible. Just level your hips, brace your core. And again, 5 times, nice and slow, keeping the rest of your body nice and still. Pull your elbow and knee in and reach. In and reach. 3 more. Elbow and knee in and reach. 2 more. Pull in and reach. 1 more time. Pull it in and reach nice and strong. Bring your hands down to your floor, knees under hips, round your back. And exhale. Let's go into that cat-cow a couple more times. Breathe in and exhale. And last time, breathe in and exhale. Curl your toes. You're going to come up to down dog. And I want you to step your right foot just about 3 feet max in front of you. And you're going to drop your left foot down on a diagonal. And I want you to just fold into the front leg. Try to center your chest right over the leg as best you can. And I want you to feel a good stretch in the front hamstring. So it's the back of the front leg. Try to relax your arms. That pressure that we had when we were working the Warrior 2 earlier, I want you to just kind of let your arms dangle, relax, but not putting a lot of your body weight on your upper body, but allowing it to kind of press onto your leg and give you a good stretch. If you take it off onto your hands, you're not going to get as deep a stretch. So fingertips lightly resting on the floor with no pressure. Soft bend in your right knee. Maybe you start to straighten your right knee slightly to deepen the stretch on your exhale. And I want you to take your right leg, step back, and switch. Take your left leg forward. Drop your right heel down, and your foot's on a diagonal. Again, soft knee now in your left, light weight on your, on your arms, no excessive weight. Just dangling easy down to the floor. And then you're going to take your left leg back. Take your right leg, just lift it up in front of you or behind you, and tuck it underneath your body and just bring yourself into swan and just sit your hip back. If that's uncomfortable for you, just bring your left leg out to your side. Otherwise, having it back will allow you to deepen the stretch a little bit more. So choose what feels best and what your body needs. And we're going to roll back up. Take your right leg all the way up to the ceiling and then just return to the floor. Let's just do the other side. Left leg lifts and tuck your left leg underneath your body and try to sit back. Trying to let go. Curl your back toes. Lift your left leg all the way up to your ceiling. Find down dog. Again, let's go back to our heel lifts. Lift your heels up. Drop your heels down. Get a good stretch in your calves. Let's do it one more time. Lift up nice and high. On your exhale, sink your heels. I'm going to have you step your right foot and face your device. Come into a wide fold. Let's relax the back. What I want you to do is take your palms, face them up to your ceiling, and slide them back through the legs and try to reach back behind your legs on the floor. If this is too much of a stretch, too much intensity, then just bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Then I'm going to have you shift your weight over to the other side. You can lift your heel or lift your toes, or just keep your toes down, whichever feels right. Walk your hands over to the other side. Do the same thing. And I want you to come back to your wide fold. Keep your hands more in front of you now. And I want you to bend your knees just slightly. And we're going to gently roll ourselves all the way up. As my time is done here, I need to shift it over to Pete. Let's release. Step your feet in. Take your arms behind your back. Stand up nice and tall. Take a deep breath. Reach all the way up to the ceiling and back bend. And exhale your arms down. Everyone, that is Wake Up Yoga for Thursday, May 28th. Hope you had a good morning. I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you next time. Again, I'm not here for strength tomorrow, but do look back on classes we have on tape or on the video library, or I'll see you Saturday for Insanity. Have a good day. Bye.